hey, hey. Woo! Hello, everybody. Hello. Welcome to Thursday Wisdom. Woo!
What's up? What's up? Get your mind right.
Yes. We're here to have something to talk about. All right. Where you at? Let's see you. Who's here? All right. We want to talk about how to set personal financial goals, not only individually, but also as a couple.
Yeah.
Yes. And, there's so many topics out there about how to set goals. But we want to just share some real life experience with you guys. We've shared previously, my husband and I, we both separately, we weren't together. We're homeless for individual reasons. And we somehow were able, not somehow, through a lot of work.
Yeah.
Through a lot of work.
Not by chance.
No. Through a lot of work, we were able to not only, reset, like come back from the financial position that we were in where, we found ourselves, behind on bills, homeless, looking for a place to stay, to where today we're in $1 million home. Yeah. And we were talking about, you know what? We're millionaires. Wow. Like we went from homeless to millionaires. That's so awesome. But we need to talk to people about what did we do? How did we get here?
Yeah. There was a lot of deliberate things and a lot of strategic decisions and intentional decisions that were made. Nothing was by chance.
No, it was very intentional.
Yeah.
We made some mistakes along the way, but that's why we're here. We're here to help you guys navigate this without making the mistakes that we made.
Yeah. If you, not to say that everybody has experienced homelessness, but everyone has made decisions that were not to their best interest. And that's really what we're talking about. How do you rise from the fallout of poor decisions?
Right.
And how do you elevate to your full potential, to the best version of yourself?
Yes.
And of course, in conjunction with someone that you love.
Man,
that's powerful.
Yeah, it is. It's like double exponentially more, right?
Yeah.
So whether you're an individual or you're with or as a couple, if you sit down and you want to create goals, one of the things that we have discovered is we need to communicate, right? We need to talk about what those goals are. We need to not be afraid. I think sometimes people minimize their goals because it sounds so outlandish.
Yeah, and when you say communicate, I know there's a lot of guys out there is like, I don't want to talk. But we're talking about sharing thoughts that matter.
Yeah.
Being heard, not just being spoken to, but being heard. And I think when you come together and you share your real thoughts, that's where the magic happens.
Yeah, that's when you're being totally open. It's kind of like bearing, those deep dreams, those and knowing that other person is going to receive it, protect it, nourish it, and not, minimize it, diminish it, or say that's so stupid. So you definitely want to create safe space, right? So that's one thing that's definitely imperative, is that you create safe space to communicate. And in order to do that, you have to respect your differences.
Yeah. I know we're different, and I'm glad that we're different.
Right.
No, but what's different about me and what's different about you is actually a very powerful thing in our relationship.
That's right. If you learn to really respect and acknowledge the differences and appreciate the differences.
Yeah.
Oh man, it is magic, because it's a compliment. If somebody was exactly like you, then you would just, get more of you. Whereas if somebody else is different, then you now put the two differences together and now you have more.
I think one thing that I really like about our relationship, and I'm going to get personal, is you allowing me to really just be myself.
Yeah.
Whatever that is. And when I'm able to really just be myself, then that allows me to explore new parts of me.
Right.
And that allows me to grow and enhance the person that I am, because I'm flowing without apprehension. I'm
Right.
flowing without wondering, what are you thinking about what I'm doing?
Yes, that's so true.
Yeah,
And
unbridled.
Yes. And I will say that this has come over time, right?
Ooh, yeah.
Initially, initially when we start out in a relationship, I had this idea that things should flow a certain way. Like, I thought everyone wanted to be millionaires. We should all be millionaires. We should be working towards that million. And so I had to learn in the relationship that it's okay for me to have my vision and my dreams and my goals. And then let's give an example. We sat down one day and we decided, we wanted to enhance our finances. We wanted to get to another level. And so I came up with a number because I looked at the budget, I looked at our expenses, and I looked at, if we made $30K a month, we could really have room to breathe. We could vacation, we could save, we could pay bills off. I mean, 30K is really, the magic number. And for you, even though we all came in agreement, but for you, that wasn't your goal, specifically 30K. Share with them what your goal was.
I think for me, it wasn't a number. It was a lifestyle. It was a state of mind. It was a feeling. And I like being comfortable, whether that's 30K a month or 100K a month or 5K a month, whatever that is. I like to feel comfortable.
Right.
And being comfortable comes from a state of mind, and then the finances will, and this is just my personal perspective, the finances follow your state of mind.
Right. So if you feel good, you feel wealthy, you feel accomplished, then everything else lines up. So what I'm setting out on this goal, you guys, we're going to make 30K. I'm trying to figure out numbers because I'm an accountant. Numbers are my thing. So I was trying to figure out, how do we get to that number? And he was more of, how do I get to that feeling? How do I get to that place where it feels good? Like, we can flow, we can fly first class if we want, or we could go visit folks if we want. But how do we get to that space? And we're different. And it was like, we could have the same goal, but it be expressed differently. And but it comes to manifestation because we're both in line with each other.
Yeah.
That's the common ground, right? You have to find common ground, that you have these two individuals, but where are the common grounds?
Yeah. If we overlap in a common space.
Yes.
Yeah. But I mean, we're still two individuals.
Hey, Fiona! Fifi! Fifi's in the house. Hey, Fiona!
We're still two individual people, but if we can find common interests, common ideas, common ground,
right,
that's where we can thrive the most.
Right. Yeah. So our common ground was, we knew we wanted to be in a place different than where we were financially.
Yes, that was an absolute.
Yeah. I had a vision of 30K. He had a vision of just flowing freely, being able to generate enough money that there's money left over, there's savings. He was more into the feeling.
Right.
And
not being stressed out about bills.
Right.
Or even worried about the bills, or not that I do intentional spending. That is a thing for me. But I'm flowing in a space where I'm not concerned about the money for the spending.
Right. Yeah. So that was the common ground we found. And then now, mind you guys, we've been homeless. Okay. So we're making our way into the space where we want to be, but we're not quite there yet. So one of the things that we understood is not only setting the goal, respecting each other's differences, finding common ground, but we also had to have a different mindset. Because if you come from a space of lack, it is really hard to just turn that switch and just start thinking that you're you're affluential, you've got money, it's just coming, and it be real and genuine.
It is literally ignoring your past.
Yeah.
Some people have this idea, remember where you came from, all of those things that are similar to that. I can't remember all of the phrases because I've dismissed the phrases that go with that.
Humble beginnings.
I ignore the things of my past that are not consistent with my desired future. As long as I'm focused on my past, then my energy and focus to my future is diminished. It's at subpar. And so I'd rather focus all of my energy on the things that I desire, and the future that I desire, which I view it as now.
Yeah. So we spent a lot of time daydreaming. Like, we would go to dinner or even vacation, and all we would do is talk about what it would look like when we had money. Yes, Fiona. Yes. It's having a new view, right? Having a new outlook. So please, Fiona, share your thoughts, because come on in the room, girl. Share your thoughts. But yeah, we had to take that time to dream and create dreams. And what's interesting is the more we dream, things and opportunities came our way. And we weren't always ready at the same time. Meaning, so I got a job opportunity, a job offer. And I felt it in every fiber of my being that this job offer, it was going to require us to sell our house, to move away from our kids.
Oh, that one.
Yes. And to go live in a new city and rent. We were going to be renters again. But I knew in my fiber that this was going to be a great move. And it also meant my husband had to move your business. You had to uproot your business and move it. But it was, yes, big moves, but it was all in line with the vision that we were creating. And so even though we were at different levels of understanding this, as long as we respected the differences, came to common ground, because we had to come to common ground with a lot of things.
Yes, we did. A lot of things.
Yes. But man, look what has manifested with the move.
Yeah. So lesson learned for me. So I'll be candid, transparent, whatever you want to call it. I was not happy about the move. I was happy about the elevation for you,
me,
career-wise, because it was a significant transition for you. So I was happy about that. I was not happy about leaving our home.
Right. I know.
It was wonderful. It was 4 bedrooms, 2.5 bath, pool in the backyard, 3-car garage, all that stuff. And really nice neighborhood and all of that. So for years, I wanted to be stable in a space. And, being in the military, moving around. Once we were in a home, I felt comfort there. And so I bucked against it, not aggressively, but internally, I bucked against it. To where my back was bothering me, and I had this going on and that going on. And finally, when she went for her fourth interview for the same job, because it was a job of that level, I was like, well, looks like this is going to happen. So I went with her and I came here with her. And as soon as we got here and we drove
Through
through
the
the
neighborhood, the
neighborhoods
town.
and the
Yeah.
cities or the city, I saw, for me, I saw dumpsters in neighborhoods, dumpsters meaning that there was construction projects going on.
Right.
I saw a lot of that. I saw a lot of cranes popping up everywhere. And for me as a contractor, that's like
That's,
opportunity.
yeah, that's like a cha-ching.
Yeah, it's
You know, you say
opportunity.
cha-ching.
Yes. So, but I really pushed against it, knowing what I want, but not knowing how it was going to come.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that's what Fiona points out, which is so true, that sometimes growth happens when you have discomfort, right?
Yes.
Because listen, guys, if you're comfortable, then you're in the space that you're always in. In order to get to new space, it has to be a little bit uncomfortable. It has to be a little bit exciting. It has to be a little bit like, oh, you know, like,
Yeah.
is this going to work? Because that's what pushes you forward. That is the key, right? I knew how to be broke. I knew how to be homeless. I had those things on lock. I knew what it meant to struggle. I knew what it meant to balance, you know, a budget that was upside down. Like, I had done that. But now I wanted to be in a space where I could think like wealthy people think. Right. So I went to work for an organization that had a lot of money. And when I stepped into the role, you know, it was an adjustment for me, even because they were used to being wealthy. And I was like, wait a minute, we got some spending here we need to cut back on. We don't need all this stuff. You know, why are we doing this? And they're like, oh, well, we need this for this training, and we got to go here for this, and this project for this. And I had to adjust because I was like, oh, when you have wealth, you do things differently.
Yes, you do.
You make decisions differently.
Yeah. So for growth, sometimes growth can be painful or just uncomfortable or whatever you want to call it. There's two different ways of growth. One can be in that scenario when we moved, that was difficult for me. That was me not being open and embracing whatever change that comes with that. So there's a mindset of having the mindset of the future you.
Yes.
Having that mindset before your environment changes. If you have the mindset, the change of the environment is seamless.
Yeah. If you already see yourself in the future and you see yourself where you want to be, whether, I know Fiona's been looking for a new job, and she was looking for a new home, and she, I'm sure, had to have some visions, some dreams of what that would look like, because she manifested. I know she manifested the house. Fiona, did you get the job yet, girl? Because we're going to work on that now. We're going to work on that next. But you have to actually see yourself in that space, because then when the door opens and the opportunity opens, then you go, aha, this was it. Like, this is what I was thinking. Yes, she got the house. Woo, woo. Yes. Now we just need to get the job next, Fiona. So yeah, you really want to have, and not only, we talked about this, hon, not only do you have to have the right mindset, but you also have to have the right conversations with yourself.
Yeah. The conversation, which fosters the mindset. You know, if you are living the life in your head, if that's what you believe, then your environment will conform to whatever you believe. And so that was then. Today, now, with a different mindset, or an understanding of growth, that growth happens whether I'm in front of it or behind it. Um, if I'm in front of it here, it happens very comfortably and very smoothly and with ease. And actually, I'm able to enjoy it and embrace it a lot more.
And then what conversations, though, do you have to put forward? Because we talk to ourselves all the time, right?
Yeah.
We're constantly having that self-talk, that self-chatter, that stuff that's going on. And so what is that conversation like?
Well, the conversation is for lack of better words, the conversation can be presumptuous. Presumptuous as in already knowing what is good or what is to come. So you speak to yourself as though
it's already there.
Yes. Yeah. Anticipating things to happen exactly the way you want them to happen because that's what's normal.
Right. And so, like, Fiona is saying she's waiting on the job and she knows that the right one will come. So here's a different conversation, Fiona, than because when the right one will come, it's always will coming to you.
It's a future thought versus a now.
Yes. So we want to materialize it. And so this is just a conversation with you. So you don't have to worry about, oh my God, I sound crazy. You can already have the conversation, yes, that I have the most amazing job. And when you go to work, you imagine it the way you would want the job to look like, even though you're still going to that same job, not in your mind. In your mind, you're going to your new job. So you're rolling up to the old job, but in your mindset and the conversation you're having with yourself, it's a new job. You have a promotion. You have more pay. You are creating the story just the way you want it, and you're walking in it and living in it. And when you're operating at work, you're operating like you're already in that new job, that new position. You have life within you. They wonder what happened to you because you now happy, you're giddy. It's like you turned in your 2 weeks notice and you know you almost out of there and you are just like
So okay, doing that takes practice.
Yes.
So here's
very true.
One of the things that we do together as a couple when we're practicing this mindset that we're talking about. If we're out and about, typically on date night, if we're in a restaurant or somewhere out doing whatever, or just walking around or whatever the case is, we play a mind game of let's pretend we are XYZ.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah.
We do.
Let's pretend that
we're celebrities. And they greet us. And then it is so crazy because we walk in with that mindset and the waiter is like, oh, it's the Joneses. And I said, see, I told you, we're celebrities. We just walked, we're just playing around. But all of a sudden now the waiters, they're fussing over us.
Yeah, but so do this when there is nothing on the table, so to speak.
Yeah.
It's just for fun.
It's for fun.
So when you practice something, that's when the skill is enhanced for those things that are really important.
Yes. You practice, we all know practice makes perfect, right?
Yes, you got to do it.
And so when you're practicing and doing it during those, insignificant moments, like having fun at dinner or the valet, you go to the valet and you have the valet bring your car around instead of parking your own car. You do little small things to get your mindset in the space of how you deserve to be treated and how you want to be respected. When you go to that interview, you already have all of that conversation going. It's like, I've been practicing for this role. And you go in that interview and you're like, boom, 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 boom. And you knock it out of the park and they have to give you the role because they know that it was destined for you, because you have been practicing, not practicing interviewing, but just practicing being.
Yeah. The mind is a funny thing. It
Yes.
conforms to whatever you feel.
Yes.
Yeah.
And if you really are honest with yourself and listen to the conversation you're having with yourself, you'll realize where you are is what you created. Hey, Erin, sassy beauty budgets. Erin's in the house. Woo, woo. Hey, Erin.
Hey,
So, Erin, we were talking to Fiona about, you know what, just having fun with this conversations that we have with ourselves about creating what we want. So if there's this, financial overflow that you're looking for, if there's a future job, if there's something as a couple, there's a goal that you want to achieve, we have learned to have fun practicing operating in that space before it ever happens. And so I said to my husband, I said, I want to get to a space where we have, a driver and we can fly in private jets, and things like that. And so we'll get to the airport and I'll be like, honey, tell them to fuel up the jet. And we're in LAX, y'all. But I don't care. We're just having fun, and then we go sit in our first class seats and we act like, we're on our own private jet. Those things prepare you for when those moments arise.
Yeah. If you practice whatever you practice, if you do this, take a look around you and you will see the manifestation of your thoughts.
Yes.
Okay. So if you can see your thoughts, then pick your thoughts so you can see what your thoughts are. If you want to see something different around you, create new thoughts to create a new environment. So play around with it, practice it,
and have fun with it.
Have fun with it.
Yes.
And when you do it repetitively and you practice all the time, it becomes more of a natural thing for you.
It does. I remember Fiona, before she bought her home, she had a savings challenge that she created for helping her save money for a home. And she had all these categories and stuff. She was having fun. She was saving money, but she was also putting that thing into existence. She was like, it's going to happen. I'm putting this money in this envelope for this and this envelope for that. And so you have to understand that the conversation you had with yourself, Fiona, about materializing the home is the same conversation you've got to create to materialize the job. It's coming and you got to have fun with it. Yeah, have fun with it. So you might need a dream job savings binder and create categories of all the perfect things that would be in your job, and you can save money towards those perfect things. You have the perfect boss, the perfect suit to wear to work. Yes, have fun with it and enjoy it, because believe it or not, it seems small and it seems silly, but I'll tell you this. There's nothing on this earth that has been created that wasn't first created in the mind first. Every building, every road, every bridge, everything that we have, someone had to visualize it to manifest it. And so it's no different than where we are today and what we're creating for ourselves. And I had to admit, yes, mindset is everything. I had to admit, when I was homeless, I had created that through fear, through anxiety, through, oh my gosh, what if I lose it all? And then guess what? I lost it all.
It's whatever you focus on.
Yeah, it's what you focus on. But then after I lost it all, then I was no longer scared of losing it all. So then I was like, oh no, I'm going to have more. I'm going to have more. And so really, through your mindset and the conversations, those things really start to manifest.
Yeah. When I go to work every day, that's just a phrase. I don't really consider
you go to play. When you go to play every day.
Yeah. When I go to play and get paid to play.
Yes.
I have fun.
I know.
I do what I love to do. I'm like, I don't stop to eat lunch. I eat because my body needs calories.
Yeah.
I literally have to pause from having fun like a kid at
I've
Magic
seen.
Mountain or
I
at
know.
a amusement park. I literally have to pause and bite on some food and chew it and keep going.
So you can get back to
So I
doing
can
what
get
you
back
were
to,
doing.
and that took me understanding my body. There were times where I would just work all day long, and then come 7 o'clock, I'm like, damn, why do I feel
It's time
lightheaded?
to go
I
home.
feel lightheaded because I didn't eat all day, and I'm burning crazy calories.
Yeah.
But that is being able to be to receive pay revenue for what I love to do.
Good revenue.
Good revenue. Revenue to where I can pay other people and other people have revenue. But creating that came from a desire.
Right.
It came from a desire, knowing that one, that the inner being of myself says that I don't have to be on the grind to make it happen.
Right.
Um,
So it was just believing that you could create the what you love and monetize it.
and monetize it
Your
and live comfortably.
yes, my dad's thing is your vocation should be your vacation, and if it is, you never work a day in your life.
That's it.
So that's great. See, that's why you haven't had the job yet, Fiona, because you would just go get another job similar to the job you currently have. You've got to shift your mindset first and really look at working differently so that ideal job can come to you, because it's manifesting, it's being created, it's in the ethers.
The definitive change for me was giving myself permission.
Yes.
Yeah, giving myself permission to cruise along and not have to fulfill society's role of what men should
Be
do.
doing.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, I'm a provider. Yes, I'm a protector. I love and take care of my family. But there's always more than one way to achieve success.
Yeah.
And our society says that you need to have 3 jobs, or you gotta work 60, 70 hours a week, which I think is bullshit. That's just, can't think of a different phrase. Can't think of a different phrase to go for that. But anyways, I like to do whatever feels good to me. And if it does not conform to anybody outside of me, oh well.
Yeah. And I will say this, because I told you guys, when you set goals, sometimes you have to learn to respect each other's differences. So I had a different mindset, right? I had a mindset that you need to go work and make the money and make things happen, even if you don't really like your job. So there was a point in our marriage where I was like,
Yes.
you know what? Your business is not like where we want it to be. You're gonna need to get a job, okay? So there was a time, right, where I had not caught the vision. But I will say he was true to who he was.
Yeah.
And I had to respect that.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, if you want to do this business, then let me help get behind you, and let me help support you.
Right.
Let me push you. Let me motivate you and help inspire you. And I can say today, thank God. Thank God I've, had the belief and the vision that, if this thing was going to manifest, because he is doing really well. And it is, I'm retired and he's playing, he's still working, and I'm retired.
I don't plan on retiring, because that means I would have to stop having fun.
Yeah.
And
so
that doesn't sound good to me.
The best gift we could give ourselves is finding that job that really motivates and inspires us, because then it's exciting to get up and go to work every day. So On this process, on this road of manifesting, right? We talked about it. You have to have the right mindset, be aware of the conversations you're having with yourself, do some imagination work, create things, but then also do regular check-ins, because this is the part we miss.
Yeah.
There's little, my friend calls them God winks. Hey, Barbie, how are you? Woo, Barbie's in the house. There's God winks. There's little coincidences. There's things that pop up along the way. And then you go, ooh, something's happening here. There's something going on here. I didn't understand it, but there's something going on here. I'm going to give you an example. I said to my husband, I said, hun, I have this blood work done from the doctor, but she's not helping me understand what am I supposed to do with it? How do I feel better? I want to have more energy. I want to be more vibrant. And so he says, you know what I envision? He said, I envision having a doctor, maybe not a traditional doctor, but a doctor that will not only tell us, you know, what's wrong, but also tell us what can we do to be even better, you know, step up our optimum. What vitamins should we be taking? What vitamins work for us? What vitamins work for our system? Look at our blood work and tell us that. I mean, we just put it out there. And then I said, oh, you remember that TV show? There was a TV show where the doctor was a concierge doctor. Yeah. So the really wealthy people called the concierge doctor. They would call him on the phone and he would come to the house and he would do the blood work and he would do, you know, whatever tests were needed. But he would prescribe things that elevated, you know, the folks. So they weren't just living, you know, doctors. They just want to keep you alive. But these doctors were making them thrive. I said, hun, we need a concierge doctor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so,
we
went to
lunch.
Was it Sunday or Saturday morning?
Yeah, we went out to have lunch.
Yeah, we went out to have lunch. We really were just trying to find a new coffee place,
yes,
other than Starbucks.
So I went on my phone.
Right, and we found a coffee place, and we went there and we sat down, and it was at the beach. And when we finished, we said, "Okay, let's just go for a walk." And we went for a walk, and about 50 feet of our walk, we saw a place. It was on the back side of the building.
Yes.
And the name of the place was, well, it was Restored.
Yes. Yes.
I was like, wonder what they do there. And they had a bunch of a list of things on the
and I said, this is what we were looking for. And he's like, well, I don't know. I said, it is. We didn't talk. We just talked about it. We joked about it. We said that's what we wanted. And it didn't just happen to be here. And we decided to go a walk because somebody was sitting in the seats or whatever.
Yeah.
Oh, they told us we had to get up, but we were in the wrong seats.
Because it was the outdoor seating for a restaurant that was just opening up.
Yeah, so we had to get up.
Like, okay, let's go for a walk.
So we went for a walk and ran into this place. And so we were able to get our blood drawn. It wasn't very expensive. And they were able to tell us what vitamins we did that we needed, what vitamins we had, you know, plenty of in our blood work, and then what antioxidants work well for us. And I did the test. I found out what I needed. I didn't know I was low on B6 and B2 and vitamin E. I had no idea. I started taking those vitamins and like life has changed.
Yes, it has. She's even more vibrant.
Yes, I have more energy. But these are the little God winks. We overlook those things. There are little things that pop up and you go, oh my gosh, what a coincidence. No, it wasn't a coincidence.
It's not a coincidence.
It was a manifestation of what you were creating. It's the God wink. God is like, I got you, girl. Yeah. So you got to look for those little signs to see that there's things happening. You just, you know, you're not aware of it, but it's coming into fruition. The guy making us get up from the table, we could have been all bent out of shape. How are you going to kick us out of the table?
No.
But it was on purpose, because it pushed us to walk.
One thing that I've come to understand is when things out of the ordinary happen,
yes,
go with the flow, because that's the evidence of something manifesting.
Something's happening big.
Yeah.
Yes.
When you find yourself in a moment where you could be a little perturbed about something or upset about something, hold that and just cruise along and shift and evolve and go with the flow and find out what's coming at the end of that flow.
Yeah.
I know you talked about the place with the vitamins and the blood work and all that, but more significantly for me, I wanted something. I don't like doctors. No, let me rephrase that. I don't like Western medicine, the multi-billion-dollar business, and we are the items on the shelf.
Right.
I don't like that.
Mm-hmm.
My body is important to me. I use it every day.
Yes. Because you do physical work.
It is my main tool in my toolbox.
Mm-hmm.
And I like to operate at my optimum.
Right.
Not with drugs, not because there's something that's not right. Oh, here's a pill, take it. No, I like to know what's going on inside of my body and how can I enhance it and optimize it. Doing blood work for me specifically and looking at my levels directly for me,
right,
and identifying what is good for my body and what my body responds to versus a drug, a blood pressure medication, diabetes, and all of those other things. I don't like that stuff. And I don't like when a doctor tells you that you need this medication or that medication.
And then you're stuck on the medication.
And that's
look, there's Bunny. Hey, Bunny. Whoop, whoop. Hey, Bunny. Hey, Bunny. Yeah, so we were just talking about really manifesting things that we want. Hey, Bunny. Really manifesting things that we want. And so we have wanted to find a doctor or a service, a concierge, that will help us with our health. And we found just that, just by speaking it, playing around with it, talking about a TV show, and we're like, yeah, we want something like that. And then it manifested. And you have to be willing to see those little small God winks when things start manifesting and showing up. So Fiona, you didn't jump on this live by accident. You heard the message. Now you have to go with an expectation that something's about to happen and look for the God wink, because it's coming, girl. It's coming. It's coming. And then when it comes, make sure you celebrate your success. Yeah. So when we found that doctor, we were so excited, weren't we?
Yeah, big time.
Yeah. And then once I started taking the vitamins that they said work best for me, and guys, it's so crazy. They do this test to tell you what antioxidants work for you. So for me, green tea works, but green tea doesn't work for everybody. For me, elderberry works. But I thought more echinacea was the thing that you should take. And echinacea was like, does nothing for me. I didn't even know. I will appear I'm all bent up on echinacea. Boy, that works. You take that, you feel good, you don't get sick. You get
load up
on echinacea, and it does nothing for me. For me, the antioxidants were elderberry and ginseng and something called camu. We haven't experimented with that yet. But just really understanding that if you have something, a challenge that you're dealing with, there's something that you are really ready to let go, because I was really ready to let go of being tired all the time. I wanted to get my health in order. If you really want to let go of it and create it, just follow the steps we talked about today. We went through the steps. You communicate it, you talk about it, you have the right mindset, and then you speak it, you have fun with it, you imagine it, visualize it, create it. Then do those check-ins, look for the God winks, knowing that it's coming. When I saw the sign and it said restore, I just knew that was the right place. I was like, there it is. That's what we were just talking about. And then celebrate. Celebrate the success. Celebrate. Because if you don't celebrate, you could miss it. When we first moved here, we told you my husband wasn't feeling it. He was not feeling it. It was resistant.
I was clawing at the front line
oh my
of
gosh.
our old house.
He was. I mean, he was supposed to finish up work on the house and he would just drive 40 minutes to an hour.
No, it was 70 miles
70 miles one way.
So I literally had to drive back and forth to our old house to finish, because I was renovating our bathroom. So I literally had to drive back and forth to finish renovating the bathroom. And so I would go early in the morning
and come late at night.
And I would be on the freeway at 10 o'clock at night coming home.
And no lie, he took a long time because he was not ready to let go.
I wasn't.
It wasn't in a space of celebrating.
Right.
But then as soon as he grasped the celebration,
yep.
Oh my God, his business just boom.
Yeah.
It did. It started with one client, and then that one client made a referral, and then that referral made a referral. And then he got in touch with a designer, and the designer was like, I need a contractor that's good. Mm-hmm. I mean, it just was a ripple effect. And now he gets to play every day, have fun.
Yeah.
And so you definitely want to understand the celebration. Yeah.
If you celebrate, man, when I celebrate.
Yes.
Okay.
When you celebrate.
When I celebrate.
Yes.
Everything happens more of what I'm celebrating about.
Yes.
Yeah.
Exponential.
I know that was not grammatically correct, but it's
just. But it's true. You just being real.
I'm just sharing thoughts. However they come out, if they come out backwards, get it. Anyways.
Yes.
Yeah. No, it's just, when I celebrate, it's a confirmation of what has been created here and manifesting outside of me. And so that celebration, it does something for the mind.
Yeah.
It gives the mind confirmation that it's tracking.
I want more of this.
Yeah,
it's like
tracking.
A computer. You're going to generate more of it.
Yeah.
And we still celebrate. We've been living here for 5-6 years. I don't know how long we've been living here. And we still celebrate. You're welcome, Bunny. We got to celebrate, Bunny. You know what I'm talking about. We got to celebrate. And then also you want to make sure that you seek support along the way. Mm-hmm. So Fiona, look for somebody, connect with somebody that will help you with your job search. We need to connect because you're in purchasing, and I work for cities that need purchasing folks. But yes, you want to seek support. You want to seek support from people that can encourage you and motivate you and push you forward.
Yeah. Find people that are doing what you want to do.
Yes.
Surround yourself with like-minded people. If you surround yourself with people that are elevated above you,
then you can really see yourself in those roles. Because what's funny is when I sit down and have conversations with people, because in my industry, I work for cities. I work for, sometimes we have consultants that run $1 million firms. And I sit down and have a conversation with them. And then somewhere in my mind, I go, I think, they have this, there's an owner of a beautiful complex by the beach worth millions of dollars. And I had to have the opportunity to have like a one-on-one conversation. And I was like, hey, he's a little scattered. He's a little all over the place.
We have this misconception that people that are successful
are brilliant.
are brilliant.
They're so far removed from
you know
us.
what they are? They have mastered the use of their minds.
Yes,
that's all.
That's all.
That's all.
They said,
is.
I want to own $1 million complex, and they own it.
All.
They created, they walked through the steps, they visualized, they connected with the right people. They did all the things we're telling you to do today. Seeking support, getting the connections, finding the people you need to connect with, communicate with somebody, a partner, whether it's a goals partner or your spouse. Yes, and find some common ground to talk about. Connect with your mindset. All the things we're telling you to do, really wealthy people do it, and they create it, and there's no limit. You don't have to know everything. You'll attract the right people to the equation. Like Fiona said, she has some past managers and others that she connect with. That's right. Connect with the right people and things just manifest. You don't have to know it all, right? Do you know everything about your business?
Hell no. I'm a YouTuber.
That's true. If we watch YouTube, I'm like, this is boring. We watch YouTube.
But so here's what I do. I watch YouTube, number one, because it's kind of it's I don't watch sports. All right.
That's true.
I don't do that.
So I can't complain.
All right. So let's put that on the table. All right. But no, I'm watching because if there's an opportunity to catch something that will elevate me in my skill and my understanding, not that I take in everything that I'm watching, because sometimes I'm watching something like 2 seconds in, like, click.
And they don't know what they're doing.
No. So it's looking for those little enhancements.
Yes.
Yeah, those little enhancements that will allow you to gravitate into the better version of yourself.
Right.
And so the printer is printing. I don't know why. Anyways, but it's to allow yourself to step into that space a little more comfortably. When you know things and the opportunity comes along,
then you're ready.
You can comfortably step in, and you got to learn how to have a poker face.
Like it's normal.
It's normal.
On the inside, you're going, boop, boop. Fiona said the printer is agreeing. The printer said, amen. The printer turned on and was like, you got it. I heard that.
It's literally printing something. I don't know what it is. We'll find out later. When those moments come, because they will, when they come, if you're not by yourself, if you are around people that are questionable,
right,
you have to just let it manifest and let it roll and let it be whatever it's going to be,
and receive it.
And you just step into it like it belongs to you, because it does.
I know this for a fact, you guys. I can tell you this. Whenever we win the Mega Lotto, his reaction to it, I can tell you now, it'll be like, I knew it. And me, I'm going to be like, oh my God, because he operates like it's already done. Like he believes it, he sees it, he flows in it like it's already materialized. So for him, you would never know. You would never know he won the Mega Lotto. All you would know is that he moved. You'd be like, where'd he go? He's gone. He moved. He moving up in Bel Air or somewhere. Because he really sees things how he wants to see it. And then when it manifests, it's kind of like it's normal. That's what I wanted. Yeah. That's what I created.
And that is what really gets things moving.
Yeah.
If you can see it in your mind already, once it happens on the outside of you, you're used to it already.
Yeah.
This whole thing about celebrate your successes. Yes. But understand there's a fine line of being comfortable and calm in your manifestations, because the calmness is the mindset of something being normal. And when something is normal, it's obtainable.
Right.
When it's abnormal, when it's outside of the norm,
We actually keep it away from us.
yes,
We keep it away
yes,
from us because
yes.
it's such a big thing. Like, I got to get this job. I got to get and it's really keeping it away versus,
Mhm.
oh yeah, by next year I'll have what I want. I know it's coming. It's manifesting for me.
Mhm.
It's there. I got it. I'm with it. And so creating this new normal is also a new concept for me as well, because I have said, I like working with cities and helping them out. But I need to take some space where I put me first. And that's a whole new concept for me. So I've
Mhm.
had to visualize what that looks like. Like, I've had to actually spend time before I leave. Yeah, I had to spend time. What does that look like? I'm going to get up. I'm going to be riding my bike some days. Some days I'm going to be at Starbucks working on my computer. Some days
Mhm.
I'm going to go to the library. Like, I had to really create this vision of play. What is it going to look like to play and put me first for just a time? Like, I just want some time in here where I take care of my health and I take my vitamins and I just enjoy myself. And I literally, for some people, be like, girl, what you got to visualize that? Just do it. No,
Mhm.
it's difficult for me because the minute I try to do it, I feel depressed. Like, I shouldn't have done that. I should have kept working. I should have went over here and helped them. I should do this. Like, it's stressful because I haven't taken time
Mhm.
to create this new normal for
Yeah.
me.
It is literally, you have to give yourself permission
Yeah.
to step out of the rat race. You have to give yourself permission to adopt a new norm,
Yes.
a
Yeah.
norm that is beneficial directly to you,
Yes.
nobody else.
Yes.
And the more you become a beneficiary of this,
Yeah.
then if you want to give to someone else, you will be more plentiful to
Yeah.
give to someone
That's
else.
right. Because you have
Yeah,
more to give.
yeah.
Because once you grasp the concept and you realize it works and you've manifested what you want, I bet you, Fiona, you could go talk to 10 people and encourage them and tell them how to buy a
Mhm.
house, how to manifest it, build a savings binder, have
Yeah.
fun with it, play with it, create it, visualize it. I know that's the thing, the whole thing of why we do what we do is so that we can share the story with others and help them. Because, yeah, it's fun to materialize what we have. We are very happy we went from being homeless to where we are today. But what's more exciting is when we get to share it with others, like the journey, how we did it, what were the steps,
Mhm.
right? That makes it exciting. That makes it like, woo, we did that. And we're not done. We're not
No,
done. We moving forward. We got other things to do.
I think we'll be done the day we close our
Yes,
eyes.
yes.
And then even sure, and then even
And we'll
then,
be in the afterlife making things
I'm not
happen.
sure if we'll be done then. So no, it is. Life is a fun journey. Um,
Yes, there goes Bunny said. I'm so happy I'm on this live with you guys. I'm truly learning new things and we're going to try some things out. Amen. That's
yes,
right, Bunny.
yeah,
Yes, just try it. Have
yeah.
fun. Bunny, I don't know if you were on when we were talking about having fun. So I said, we're going to the airport and I'll say to my husband, no, honey, make sure they fuel our private jet for us when we get there. Now, we're just at LAX. But I'm visioning that one day we're going to fly private jet. And so every time we go to the airport, I imagine that we're getting ready to fly on our jet. And we're
Hmm.
going straight through TSA. We get straight through.
There ain't
And
no TSA, by the
oh,
way.
that's right. With private jet, you didn't have to
Mm-mm.
go through
You walk
TSA.
out onto the tarmac and get on your plane.
That's right.
That's what
So,
you do.
you got to have fun with the vision. You have to have fun with the dream and
Hmm.
joke around with it. And you never know when or how it's going to manifest,
Yeah.
but just have fun with the vision. Yes, Aaron, for sure. Life is a journey, and we gotta have fun.
Yeah,
Oh my
the
God.
journey is whatever you desire it to be.
Yes.
And even if it's unpleasant, somewhere along the way, it was your desire that created the
Ooh,
unpleasantness.
ooh,
So,
ooh.
whatever you desire is what you get.
That's true. Now, and here's why we say what we say. Because now that we're where we are, we realize when we were homeless, we created it.
Hmm.
I take full ownership for me being homeless and struggling
Hmm.
and barely making ends meet. I take full ownership of it. And the reason I'm willing to take ownership of it is because I realize that I have the power to change it. And as soon as you acknowledge that you have the power to change it, you can change it like that.
I looked left and I looked right and I said, "Oh shit, look what I did."
Yeah, yeah. Nobody else. Right. We could blame others, right?
Oh yeah,
We could
no,
blame the relationship,
no,
the job that we didn't stay on and keep, the
no,
money we didn't have. I mean,
no,
we could blame
no.
everything else of why we became
It's
homeless.
time out for that.
Yeah.
Because if I take ownership of anything and everything to include the iniquities, if I take ownership of those, that means that across the board,
Yes.
I have the power to create.
Create what you want.
Whether it's something desirable or unpleasant, it's me creating it.
Yep.
And so if I take that formula, that means I can create whatever I want.
Yes. Yes.
And so that was the takeaway from that, was
Yes.
that number one, I was responsible for creating my own situation. Number two, I can create my own situation because that's all that I ever do. So I get to pick and choose what situation I want to create.
So,
and today is the situation that I desire.
Yep. So Fiona, see, this is why the job didn't come yet. Because now you get to create and pick the perfect one you want. You get to visualize and decide what do you want from it, what pay you want, what kind of people you want, what kind of boss you want. Create all that and then let it manifest.
If you want a long drive to work, short
drive,
to work, no drive to work.
That's right.
Whatever
you desire, make sure you get clear on it, visualize it, create a savings binder, have fun with it, play with the idea, and then I want to hear all about it because it's coming. That's why you were the first one on the call. See, look at that. That's a God wink. Wink, wink. All right, guys. I thank you for being here. Thank you, Bunny and Aaron, Fiona. It was a few others on the call along the way. Thank you so much. Abigail, Barbie, I know you at work, Barbie. I know that's why you wasn't messaging. I know Barbie is at work, but that's a hustler right there. Right there. I love Barbie. Yes, yes, yes. Make your money, Barbie. But thank you so much for coming out and visiting with us. We had so much fun. But remember, right, just to do the recap, guys, you want to have the right mindset. You want to have the right conversation with yourself. Kind of do regular check-ins. Really acknowledge when the God winks are coming. Get excited. Celebrate, 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 celebrate. And then seek support along the way. Get that help along the way to get to where you want. We love you.
Yeah, love you guys.
Mwah, mwah, mwah. Bye.
Be kind to yourself.
Be kind to yourself.